In today's raw, uncut walk-along PCT video, I take you through the spectacular Mount Adams Wilderness. What's up? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Russ Hepton, long-distance hiker, founder of Through Notes and vice president of Trek for Trevor. Be sure to check the links in the description for a 10% discount off of one of my waterproof notebooks, and head over to trekfortrevor.org for hiker safety and advice from trusted and verified sources. If you haven't already, go check out my PCT documentary series Back to the Start, where I get forced off the trail in 2020 all the way to my return to the trail 2 years later. Links are up here and also in the description. Today's episode covers a 40.5 mile stretch from the Mount Adams Wilderness at mile 2232.1 to the Goat Rocks Wilderness at mile 2272.6. Okay, if you're ready and excited for this video, hit that like button, drop a comment to say that you are ready, and let's jump in. There it is, Mount Adams. There she is. Coming up to it now. There's the trail. It's a really spooky morning. Very quiet, very spooky morning, entering the Mount Adams Wilderness. Very lush, old burn areas with lots of new, fresh growth. Very wet, slight breeze. Not too many bugs. But I loved walking around Mount Adams. Just having this beast of a mountain with very impressive crags and glaciers flowing down the sides of the mountain. I think I bumped into a southbounder here. And I think I got out of the way of them. Waited for them to pass. There we go. And it's really weird when you see a southbounder, you're like, all right. And obviously you don't stop and chat, because what's the point? If you did that with every person you met, you wouldn't get anywhere. Look at that. Don't know how old that burn area since that fire was. Yeah, losing weight. Didn't see many saplings growing in this burn area. I mean, there's some small trees there, but kind of hope to see a few more than that. The trail in this section was so smooth and meandering and wow! Wow. Just look at that. Man, oh man. Mount Adams is not disappointing. Just a spectacular wilderness. Like, been in forest for so long, that's why I've not really filmed loads, because there's only a few shots within the forest you can get, like some macro shots of some plants and some walk-bys, but it all essentially looks the same. And then boom, you come out, head into Mount Adams Wilderness. The weather's great today. It's just a really moody, changeable, cloudy, not too hot, really nice day. So yeah, totally chuffed. And hiking through all of that forest is really paying off. Like a lot of the PCT is, way more of the PCT is forest than I imagined. So far, anyway. I think as soon as I start heading south through Northern California, through the Sierras and then back down through the desert, it'll be a very different story. But so far, very green,
but very beautiful nonetheless.
So the way I like to describe the Pacific Crest Trail through Oregon and Washington is like commuting between highlights through forest. So you're rewarded with the most spectacular views, but to get to the highlights and the views, you have to walk like 3 days through a forest, 4 days through a forest. Obviously, it's nothing like what I've heard the AT is like. I don't know, I've never done the AT, but yeah, I think your mental game has to be really in it, and you've got to enjoy being out there in the woods as well as wanting all the views and the open spaces, because Oregon and Washington, lots of forest. More Indian paintbrush. Hoverfly. Loved all the morning dew or raindrops on these petals. Look really pretty. Matchstick burn area. You can see where the fire got to, and then the trees in the mid ground were spared. Mount Rainier. First shots of Mount Rainier.
Just spectacular. But yeah, Mosquito Central once again. I think I want to be in Skeeter Central until I start heading south.
Skeeter.
That's all worth it.
They had St. Helens and Rainier in one panoramic view there. Yeah, this section of trail, it was just so like meandering and goes slightly up and down and left and right and around, and you're just constantly being presented with more things to look at every turn that you take.
There's so many hummingbirds around here as well. I just occasionally one will fly past my head, and it sounds like a really huge bumblebee, like, and then you look up and it's a tiny little bird. So nice. I just wish I could film one, but they're so skittish and fast. Unless I'm sat around waiting, there's no way I'll get the shot. It is day 30 something on the PCT. I'm in Washington, coming up to my 700th mile. Time for another 10 minutes of pure, unedited PCT magic. Let's go.
Oh, I didn't realise this would be in here. So I'll leave this in here, obviously, but I think my phone died halfway through this one. But I liked to just get my phone and just record walking, just like this, for 10 minutes. And I've got a few of these that I need to upload. But for some reason it stopped recording this clip. Oh, I dropped it. That's why. Brilliant. And obviously I've left the actual 10 minutes out. That was funny. I didn't know that was in there. Glacial meltwater coming off of Mount Adams. It just looks so pretty. Just all these beautiful, like, murky streams amongst all the growth and the nature and the crispy salad, I like to call it. Bit of rain. Look at that glacier. Wasn't cold though. It wasn't cold there. Probably because I was moving a lot. I think it was when I was sat around. We are sporting my dad's red Dodge baseball cap. I've actually got it hanging up next to me here and I haven't washed it. It's still covered in PCT dust, sweat and dirt. Yeah, that used to be my dad's cap before he popped his clogs. Rest your soul, Father. Glad I had that cap. It was like he was there with me in spirit form. That mountain is a behemoth. I think it's a 14er, if I'm not mistaken. I think this was my first proper like crossing of a fast flowing river. Had to do it twice. Look. It's like an island in the middle.
It's got my first sight of what I think is Mount Rainier. Wow, it's an absolute beast.
I'd love to hike up Mount Rainier or climb it. And Mount Adams. I'd love to do all those mountains that I passed. Maybe that would be a bit of a mission, a life's mission, to summit all of the major volcanoes along the PCT. That's an idea.
Hello. Now, plunge back into more forest, but it's very beautiful. Lush green, living forest with a carpet of flowers on the floor. But man, that Mount Adams wilderness was fantastic. Just
okay, I've got to stop it there because I can hear my backpack squeaking profusely, and what that squeaking is over time the carbon fiber rod that's the frame in that pack just started squeaking, and I didn't know how to fix it, and in the end I just took it out. And actually I find if you pack an Atom Packs right, even though it's got a frame in it, I don't know about the Prospector, but for the Pulse, which back then was called the Atom Plus, I personally don't think you need the frame if you've packed it right. Or if your pack's really heavy, yeah, use it. But I would say buy it with the frame, but take it out once you've got used to packing it right. Because the squeaking did bother me a lot. Apart from that, Tom, Atom Packs team, loved the packs. It was amazing.
oh, just what I needed. It's just incredible that one minute you don't really know how far you've come, and then boom, you're faced with a huge volcano and you can see yourself kind of traverse around it. I've basically just covered the southwestern side of Mount Adams, and then now we're kind of heading north. I could see Mount Rainier in the distance. Spectacular. I knew Washington was going to be good. I knew it was, but I didn't think it'd be this good so soon.
Loved getting those bottom up shots of the forest as you're walking through. Nice to get a different perspective of the trees. And there we are, Goat Rocks. For those of you who have hiked the PCT, you're going to hate that I'm ending the video here, because this is one of the best parts of the trail, is the Goat Rocks Wilderness. So stay tuned and subscribe for that video that's coming up next week. But for now, if you like this video, give that like button a tickle. Leave a comment below if you think I missed anything, have any tips or advice of your own, or have hiked the PCT yourself. And be sure to head over to my Patreon. The link to that page is in the description. Buy me a coffee, £3 worth, and it will help me keep making these videos for you for free. All the best, happy trails, and I will see you in the next video.